What is going on, guys? I want to make a video about this lunatic that you're seeing on the screen who did some very foul, vile, disgusting, disheartening things to his own daughter, his own 15-year-old daughter. Now, this is according to the New York Post. A North Carolina dad walks into a police station and confesses to disposing of his 15-year-old. When I first heard about this story, I truly could not believe it. I could not believe, no matter what the ethnicity of the person is, the background of this. Now, I have heard stories, horror stories, of things that go on in certain households with parents or step parents and their stepkids. But this crazy son of a bitch, what he did to this girl should land him either in a chair or under the jail forever, which is probably going to happen. Let's see. A North Carolina dad walked into a local police station this week and fessed up to brutally taking out his 15-year-old. Joshua Lee Burgess strangled Zaria Burgess, who's 15, and then cut her throat. Officials said in court Monday. Authorities got word of the horrific crime when Joshua walked into the Union County Sheriff's Office lobby just before 9:30 a.m. Sunday and informed dispatcher he was there to turn himself in. This just shows you that this guy has mental issues. He has mental issues that had not been addressed. And there's a big issue that is going on with mental issues in this country. Probably other places too, but I think a lot that is going on here in this country. A lot of these guys are undiagnosed. And the fact that this guy is 32, it looks like he's about 52, says a lot. Let's see. Once the dispatcher started asking Burgess his name and searching for possible warrants, he said he wouldn't be in the system and allegedly admitted that he had taken someone's life. He then gave further details, including the crime scene address and his 15-year-old's name. Authorities said responding deputies found Zara already deceased inside the home and secured the scene until the investigators got there. She was the type of kid to come in a room or in a house and say, "Hey, everybody," just wanting to make everybody smile, her cousin told the TV station. She was so young and nobody deserves to leave this world like that, especially by someone they thought was going to protect them and be there for them. The dad is being held without bond in the Union County jail on first-degree murder charge. According to the report, he will appear in court again next month. They still don't know what his motive is. Now, there's been a lot of speculation as to why he did this. But there's never really a why in these situations. People just do things when mentally they're not all there. And this guy to me seemed like somebody who just was never all there. The fact that he would walk into a police station and say that, it just shows you where his mind is. What type of person is he? This girl was around this guy, and no one really noticed it. I have another article here I'm going to show, because this whole thing is just troubling on a lot of levels. I want people to understand that there's a lot of trauma that goes on in some of these households. Okay. And a lot of these young girls grow up in these environments. We talk about why these girls act the way that they do and say and do the things that they do. It has a lot to do with the households that they come from too. All right. And this is another article from 13newsnow.com. Okay. Union County, North Carolina father has been charged with taking the life of his 15-year-old during a weekend visit at his home, according to the Union County Sheriff's Office. This is a case where it's pure evil. He readily admitted to what transpired. Tony Underwood, Chief of Communications Officer, for the Union County Sheriff's Office said. Joshua Lee Burgess is charged with murder in connection with killing the 15-year-old. The official said Underwood said Burgess came to the sheriff's office Sunday to confess to the crime. I rather read through some of this. The body of Zara was found in her father's home in Hampton Meadows Road after the father led detectives back to the crime scene. She was visiting for the weekend, according to investigators. So she was visiting his home. This could have been premeditated. This could have been a burst of anger. I believe there's been abuse going on, and for some reason, nobody noticed it. No, her mother didn't tell her not to. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. You know, the details of this crime are indescribable. Every officer and detective involved in this case is feeling the effects of what happened to this child. Union County Sheriff Eddie Cathy said, there is no logical answer to explain why this man did what he is accused of doing. Our hearts and prayers are with Zara's mom and her family. Neighbors who knew the family are still struggling to accept what happened. Actually, just knowing the guy just a little bit, playing football with him a couple times, it's just crazy how sad and tragic this is, said Michael Sullivan, who grew up with the suspect. Zara was a rising sophomore at Monroe High School and was a member of the marching band and dance team. The official cause of the deceased passing was determined to be a stab wound. Joshua Lee Burgess faces charges including murder, kidnapping, statutory rape, statutory sex offense, and sexual exploitation of a minor. He remains in a Union County jail and is not qualified for a bond, so he was assaulting her. And I don't know if this happened during or before, after. This guy could have been doing this for a long time. Now I have to look at the mother in this situation. I have to say to her, did you see this behavior before? Has this behavior been going on before? Something is not right as far as this guy doing this. I don't think this is his first time, doing something to this young girl. I think there's been patterns of this. I don't think this just came out of nowhere. Maybe stuff has been going on and she hasn't told her mother, but I just think that it's just sad. It really is. If there's more details, y'all can send it to me. But I just think this guy needs to be thrown completely under the jail. I don't think this guy should ever see the light of day when it comes to bail. I think that this stuff has been going on for quite some time. I don't think this is the first time this stuff has happened, And I want y'all to understand something. People are going to talk about the ethnicity of the guy and what happened. Honestly, though, I don't think that really matters, even though there's this so-called gender war in the black community going on, and people are using certain things against each other. People need to look at this, okay? This guy was a lunatic. This guy is insane. This guy is mentally ill. And I believe he's been abusing this girl for quite some time. I don't think this is his first time. And my thing is, why is that girl going back over there? You know? Why is she going back over? I just, unless her and the mother just didn't have any communication with each other. Because the guy's already a sick perv. I just want people to look at it from all different angles. You know, because this behavior, this behavior, it just shows you that it's been a pattern. This isn't something that just happened out of nowhere.